All right, let's take a look at something that I just put together yesterday. It's the Gundam Livelance Heaven. If you know anything about Gundam Wing, which was the most popular and first series that ever came out in America, there was a Gundam, instead of live, it was Death Scythe instead of Live Lance. And when it got to Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, he became Gundam Death Scythe Hell. So this is a parody almost of that name, like an inverse of it. This is from Gundam Battle Breakers, or Breaker Battle Log, and it is a 2022, I think, model kit. I don't see the number on there as far as the actual year, but let's talk about the model kit itself. First off, they're getting smaller and smaller. It's getting to the point where I can barely put these things together. I don't know, maybe I'm getting older and older and things are harder to do for my ancient age. But this was kind of challenging, kind of very difficult. A lot of teeny tiny little pieces that I swear I was going to break when I tried to put it together, especially little teeny tiny pieces for his face. The stickers are no longer one strip that you cover, the eyes with. It's two teeny tiny stickers. Now, if you use toothpicks like this piece right here, there's no way I would have even tried this like a year ago. But since I've figured out using toothpicks and other things to help me out, like using one of your best friends for building a model kit is going to be tweezers, toothpicks, and patience. Lots of patience. So taking a look from his front to his back, he's got the wings like Death Scythe had. In the middle, I can't get it to perfectly line up and it won't click together. But that right there, that blue part in the middle, is a teeny tiny sticker. So if you saw me build this a year ago, I would not have put it on. It wraps around. And the stickers that go on this, don't worry about them so much being perfect, because this plastic part kind of clicks onto them, and if there's any hanging over, it'll fix that problem. So when you pull all of these cloaks, I guess, out, they look kind of like a wing on his left and on his right. So he's got these little, looks like praying mantis arms that helps him not just to pull it off of him, but to also pull it back, so it gives him a little bit more movement in his body. He has got ball joints all over the place, but I'm a little bit afraid because whenever there's some reason these ball joints right here come loose really quick, and it's really hard to get him to clamp back down. There is a flight stand right here, or you could put him on a stand. His arms, if you want to go a full range of motion, you're going to have to get the bottom part first and then fold it all the way up so you can get a full 180 degrees. Otherwise, they're so close, the gauntlet, I guess you can say. If you just try to bend it and the part on the top goes first, it's going to be gridlocked. It's not going to be able to go farther because that right there is going to stop it. He does come with 3 different hands for both his left and his right hand. I personally like this the best. It's the hand that grips. He also has 2 other hands. And I can get those out of the box toward the end of this. I just want to go on with the articulation first. This skirt right here, it of course comes together nowadays, but as soon as you put on, you can always separate the pieces. It's meant to do that when you clamp it down. The leg is on a swivel joint. It's got polycaps throughout the entire thing. This part right here is really interesting. I don't understand exactly what they're trying to tell me, but when you bend it a certain amount, it's supposed to be able to do something where it comes unclipped down here, but I don't understand what they're trying to tell me on that part, but that's okay. His feet have articulation in them as well, of course. He's got ankle rockers. He's also got a ball down there. So he's got the front foot and the ball rocker. And then he's got double jointed knees, of course. So he's got all the basic things of your Gundams. I just feel like they're shrinking every time I buy a new kit. They get smaller and smaller and smaller. It's a gorgeous kit other than that. The gold, the 2 different colors of white. There's like a very bone white and there's a very white. It's hard to tell on camera, but this and, well, this white right here, this white are totally different. This is more of a grayish white. And of course we have grays in there, and there's golds and the blues. They all look amazing. Let's pull up his wings in the back so you can see this sticker I had to apply. I'm surprised it came out that good. Don't go, oh, you didn't do a good job. Hey, I did the best I could. I'm not really good at this sticker thing, but I'm getting a little bit more confident in it. I know I messed this up on the back right here, but it's in the back, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. And he does have the butterfly joints in his elbow or his shoulders. So you can pull it forward in case you want him to hold a sword centered like that. And speaking of swords, let's talk about his weapon real quick. Now, as you know, Death Scythe has a scythe. Life Lance has a scythe. So I'm not sure why they call it Lance. You can put it all the way in there just fine. I don't want to do that because I want to give it its own personal attention right here. It goes this mode, and then it goes full Lance mode. So you see him right there holding it in Lance mode, but you can also put it in Scythe mode. So there's the pictures in the box. And there's a lot of leftover pieces, which, you know, always it tells you which ones are going to be left over. So it's not like you're like, oh my gosh, I think I missed something. This piece I found interesting that's left over. I mean, you can put it on the weapon, but it says not needed. Well, I kind of disagree. Maybe there's I don't know who else they built for this, but you can build it like this if you want to. And then there's the blade, and it makes me think somewhere in there is probably the hilt for it. But you didn't come here for that. You wanted to see, oh, and there's also this head right here that also came with it. The hands, all right? So we have, that's not one of the hands. Here's one of the hands with the fingers up, like thumbs up, like he's saying, good job. And then he's got hand open. And they just mirror themselves. So if I give you the other two, they're just going to be the same thing mirrored. And I do keep all the extra pieces, not in case I need them for this. But, you know, why throw them away? You might be able to use them for something else. Like this saber right here. If I don't use it on him, those really cheap entry-level Gundams, they come with the hilts, but they don't come with the blades. So I might try to see if that actually fits in the hilt that goes on his back. So you at least have the one blade. Although that's a blue and sparkle. I don't know if you can catch the sparkles in it. But the sparkles in this are really interesting. It's like glitter. So I've never had, I don't think I've ever had a model kit that had glitter caught the plastic like that. But it looks cool. It looks like it's definitely got energy running through it. So they give you in the booklet, they kind of give you a little bit of information, which is in Japanese. Now I know that my name is in Japanese, and I try to read katakana, hiragana, but I cannot read kanji, not yet. I think they're trying to say that these two are kind of the, they give, you know, somehow he's like a rebuild of them. I thought his head looked like tall geese is what it really reminds me of, that Roman helmet looking thing. But they show you right here that his chest, pointing to the chest, comes from Versago. I barely remember him. I definitely remember Death Scythe Hell. That's what I was talking about. See the wings? Completely and clearly an homage to them, I guess you would say. And of course, the Death Scythe itself. So weapon de-energize, weapon energize in Lance mode, and then in Scythe mode, or sickle mode. Cloak detached, or make it into wings. Cloak on as armor, and then just standing mode. So we got this information right here, and if you can speak Japanese, you can find out a little bit more information right here as well. And if you do speak fluent Japanese, let me know a little bit more about this model kit. Evidently, it's part of the cartoon battle log. I've not seen it, but I'm willing to find out more about this particular Gundam because he is beautiful. It's a very beautiful Gundam in my current honest opinion, and I was very thankful to find this at Hobby Lobby, because Hobby Lobby normally doesn't get a huge selection of Gundams, and unfortunately, every time I go, it's like, it's the same thing I have. They may get 1 or 2 new kits a year, so this is probably the new kit they got for this year. They had a few more new kits, but they were way more expensive. So maybe as it gets colder, as when it gets cold, there's not much else you can do but build kits. And I did get to build it outside, but it got a little windy yesterday, so thankfully I got it built just in time before it got too windy. And yeah. So let me know if this is one of the kits that you personally have. He's got the thruster on the back I didn't point out. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. It's an amazing kit. And thanks for watching. And if you like Gundam kits, let me know more about what you find as far as interesting. There used to be a guy on the YouTubes that I used to watch a long time ago. I can't find him now. His name was like Robert with 2 R's or something. Like Robert, like that. I can't find him, so I don't know what he's doing these days. I think I did stumble across him, but the site was empty. Like there was nothing new for like the last 5 years. So again, let me know if there's anything you can recommend for me to watch. Zacchaeus is the only other one I watch, but I just want to know if the kits are good. This one feels a little light. This feels very thin right here. I'm just going to tell you the truth. It's a beautiful kit, but there are some things that I feel like they cut some corners on, and these wings are a little thin. But again, these are not toys. They are not to be manhandled. They are to be gently played with or posed, I guess you should say. And as long as you do that, you should be fine. This box, actually, he was in the box, and yesterday it came crashing up for some weird reason. Just came crashing upside down onto the floor, and he survived fine. You know, he was inside the box, but there was nothing else. Like, this is what was in the box. So he got shooken up pretty well, but nothing got broke, so that's good. Again, if you know anything else about what I should be watching or where I should be getting my Gundam kits, because obviously Hobby Lobby, you know, they're not the greatest place on earth to find them, but if I'm in there and I'm looking for something, I'm definitely going to go by and look at some Gundams. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.